Hi dear children, welcome back to the Knowledge series by Amit Publishing House. This is Vandana and we are doing part 7 and this is the cover page of your book. Let's click a trendy way to learn computers. We have already completed many chapters in this book. Today we are going to do chapter 6 and the name of the chapter is App Development. In this chapter we are going to learn about how can we develop apps. In the previous chapter, we have learned about Google Apps, but here we are going to learn how can we make apps. So let's begin with the chapter. In this chapter, we are going to learn about what is an app, the Android and iOS, categories of mobile apps, varieties of apps, downloading and installing the app, and developing an app. What is an app? An app is a software program primarily developed for handheld smart devices such as mobile and tablet. So app क्या होता है? ये एक सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोग्राम है और ये बेसिकली डिजाइन किया गया है for handheld smart devices. Handheld का मीनिंग है hand तो सबको पता है. This is a hand and held means जो भी चीज हम जो हाथ में पकड़ सके, that is called handheld smart devices. So these are our mobile and tablets. We cannot carry the desktop everywhere or the laptop everywhere easily. We cannot open that. For opening the laptop also we need to sit somewhere. So these two devices are the handheld smart devices and apps are basically made for these. It helps the user to perform their personal and professional टास्क मोर इफेक्टिवली. सो इसके थ्रू हम अपने पर्सनल जो भी काम है या फिर प्रोफेशनल काम है वो सारे हम कर सकते हैं. द ऐप इज अ मॉडर्न टर्म डिराइव्ड फ्रॉम द वर्ड एप्लीकेशन. एप्लीकेशन वर्ड को ही हम छोटा करके ऐप बना देते हैं. जनरली द वर्ड ऐप इज यूज्ड टू रिफर टू द एप्लीकेशंस ऑन स्मार्ट डिवाइसेस सच एज मोबाइल एंड टैबलेट. Thousands of apps are available for smart devices. Most of the apps are freely downloadable. जितने भी ज्यादातर apps हैं ज्यादा से ज्यादा हम फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. However, some of the apps need to be purchased from the app store. लेकिन कुछ ऐप ऐसे हैं जिन्हें हमें ऐप स्टोर से खरीदना पड़ता है. The three most popular app stores are 3 app stores दिए गए हैं हमारे सामने, उनकी पिक्चर्स दी गई हैं. Let's read. The first one is Google Play Store. The first one is this. Next is Apple App Store. So this is our Apple App Store here. And the third one is Microsoft Store. So this is the icon of Microsoft Store. So these are the 3 most popular app stores. यहाँ से हम apps को download कर सकते हैं. However, the Windows Store is not in use for mobile devices. एक Windows Store भी है, but वो mobile devices के लिए नहीं है. But can download the apps for your computer with the Windows Store. So Windows Store से हम अपने कंप्यूटर में apps को डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. There are mainly 3 types of applications which are desktop applications. The application that is mainly developed for computer or laptop is called desktop application. वो application जो कंप्यूटर के लिए बनाया गया है, लैपटॉप के लिए बनाया गया है, उसे डेस्कटॉप एप्लीकेशन कहते हैं. This type of application depends on the hardware and the operating system. So ये जो ऐप है ये बेसिकली डिपेंड करता है हमारे हार्डवेयर या फिर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम पे जिस पे ये काम कर रहा है. It is usually developed for a particular operating system. So एक तरीके के ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम के लिए ही बनाए जाते हैं ये डेस्कटॉप एप्लीकेशंस. Some of the example of desktop applications are given here. Paint, Notepad and Word. So ये 3 डेस्कटॉप एप्लीकेशंस दिए गए हैं जिन्हें हम यूज कर चुके हैं. Now next is mobile application. These software programs that is the software program that is developed for handheld devices. Handheld devices के लिए जो सॉफ्टवेयर बनाया गया है such as for the smartphone and the tablet is called mobile application and also known as mobile app. These apps are installed and run on the device itself. तो मोबाइल जो हमारे पास उस पे ये चलते हैं. Some of the examples of mobile apps are Snapchat, WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger. Next comes the web application. The application program that is stored on a remote server and accessed over the internet through a web browser interface is called web application. So web application क्या होता है? ये जो है इंटरनेट के थ्रू चलता है, वेब ब्राउजर के थ्रू चलता है और बहुत ही छोटे एरिया में इसे यूज किया जा सकता है और ये ऑनलाइन नेट पे चलता है. Some of the mobile apps and web apps look and work in the same way. मोबाइल ऐप और ये जो हमारे वेब एप्स हैं ज्यादातर एक जैसे दिखते भी हैं और काम भी करते हैं. With very little difference between them. इनके अंदर बहुत कम डिफरेंस है. However, these two are very different from each other. दोनों में बहुत कम डिफरेंस है लेकिन काफी ज्यादा चीजें हैं जो इनके अंदर डिफरेंस क्रिएट करती हैं. One of the major differences is that the web apps require an internet connection to work. तो मेजर डिफरेंस क्या है कि वेब एप्स को हमेशा एक इंटरनेट कनेक्शन की जरूरत है, बट हमारे मोबाइल एप्स को हर वक्त इंटरनेट की जरूरत नहीं होती. विदाउट इंटरनेट ऑल्सो वी कैन रन देम. द एंड्रॉइड एंड iOS. Nowadays, most of the mobile devices run on Android or iOS. आजकल जो ज्यादातर मोबाइल्स हैं उसमें या तो एंड्रॉइड वर्जन होता है या फिर iOS वर्जन होता है. लेट्स रीड अबाउट देम. Android is an operating system for mobile devices developed by Google. It is the most commonly used operating system in mobile devices. Google and some other mobile manufacturing companies use the Android as operating system for the devices. Android provides an easy to use and friendly environment to their users. The user interface of the Android mobile phone is like this. So in front of you, this is our Android mobile phone and this is very commonly used, and Google has and many companies are using this Android as operating system for their devices. ज़्यादातर जो phone होते हैं वो Android based होते हैं because it is very easy and friendly, and also you can say it cost very less. That's why the companies use this. Next comes the iOS. iOS formerly it was known as iPhone. So we know this. What is an iPhone? Everybody knows. So iOS पहले से iPhone के नाम से जाना जाता था. Is also a popular operating system developed by Apple. Apple company ने इसे बनाया for its handheld devices such as iPhone and iPad. The user interface of this iOS looks very professional as shown here. So when we use this, we can see it shows us some professional. Its look is very professional, and this was basically designed for iPhone and iPad. Next, categories of mobile apps. So अब हम mobile apps के बारे में पढ़ेंगे. Apps provide specific functionality in your mobile and tablet devices in the more simple or user friendly manner. So जो भी हम apps use करते हैं मोबाइल में, they are more simple and user friendly. We use so many apps in our mobile devices to perform different type of tasks. Generally, these apps can be divided into three categories, which are native, web, hybrid. So these are the three categories in which we can divide the mobile app. Let us learn about these in detail. So first category is our native app. Native apps are platform dependent, which means that these apps are primarily developed for a specific platform. So native app जो होते हैं वो किसी एक specific चीज के लिए बनते हैं, इसलिए ये platform dependent होता है. बिना platform के they cannot be developed or work. For example, any app which is developed for iOS will not run on any other platform such as Android, Windows or BlackBerry. So जो ऐप iOS के लिए बनाया गया है, एप्पल ने बनाया है, वो किसी और डिवाइस में नहीं चलेगा. So this is called native app. In other words, you cannot install the app on iOS platform which is developed for it on Android platform. Most of the apps installed on your mobile devices are native apps. ज़्यादातर जो हम अपने फोन में apps रखा है हमने, those are the native apps. वो उसी फोन के लिए डिजाइन किया गया है. These apps are distinctly accessible for from App Store and offer the fastest, most reliable and most responsive experience to users. So ये जो apps हैं ये बहुत ज़्यादा we can access, कहीं से भी access कर सकते हैं, App Store से हमें मिल सकता है और ये बहुत fast होता है. Reliable means इस पर हम विश्वास कर सकते हैं और most responsive apps means इस पे experience means इसका response बहुत ही ज़्यादा अच्छा है, अच्छे से work करते हैं. Some of the examples of native apps are camera, microphone, gallery and address book. So मेरा जो फोन है उसका जो कैमरा बना है वो सिर्फ उसी फोन के लिए, उसी वर्जन के लिए ही बना है. उसका जो माइक्रो उसी फोन या उसी वर्जन के लिए बना है, उसको हम किसी और फोन या वर्जन में यूज नहीं कर सकते. However, there are some alternatives also available for these apps, but using native app is easier. So कुछ alternatives भी हैं इन apps पे जगह पे हम यूज कर सकते हैं, बट नेटिव एप्स जो होते हैं, जो फोन में इनबिल्ट एप्स होते हैं, वो ज्यादा इजीएस्ट होते हैं. नेक्स्ट कम्स द वेब एप्स. वेब एप्स आर एक्चुअली वेब एप्लीकेशंस व्हिच गिव अ यूजर विद एक्सपीरियंस similar to native apps. These apps are not deployed on the App Store. Hence, you need an extra app called browser to access these apps on your mobile device. So, to use this web apps, what we have to do, we need an extra app called web browser to access these apps. So, इन सारे apps को access करने के लिए हमारे पास एक web browser होना चाहिए हमारे mobile device पे. You can need an internet connection to work with web apps. Web apps को जब भी चलाना है हमें हमारे फोन में internet connection चाहिए. These apps are generally developed in HTML and CSS. तो ये जो भी एप्स हैं ये HTML या फिर CSS में डेवलप किए जाते हैं. And we can see some examples are given. Web apps are different from websites. Web app और website में difference है. The major difference is that the web app can be a small part of a website which provides a particular functionality. So web app जो है एक website का small सा part हो सकता है जो एक particular function के लिए. On the other hand, a website can contain many web apps. तो but एक website में बहुत सारे web apps हो सकते हैं. Some of the example of web apps are OLX, here, Flipkart and Pinterest. Hybrid apps. The apps that is created by combining the features of native app and web apps. So native और web app के combination से बनते हैं ये hybrid apps, and they are similar to native app. Hybrid app is for the specific platform. ये भी specific platform के लिए होते हैं and deployed on the App Store. You need to install the hybrid app before using it on your mobile. So mobile पे use करने से पहले हमें इसे install करना पड़ता है. Hybrid apps can be created by using many hardware features on your device such as camera and developed by using HTML and CSS similar to the app. So जैसा कि हमने पढ़ा था अपने वेब ऐप में, ये भी जो है HTML और CSS के थ्रू बना हुआ है और इसके लिए भी हम it has also many other features और इसके लिए we need some hardware features in our devices. Nowadays, developers use development tools to package the code of the hybrid app with a browser to make it an native app. So, अब जो web developers हैं, वो क्या कर रहे हैं? Hybrid app के साथ work कर रहे हैं और उसे native app जैसा बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. In this way, hybrid app becomes cross-platform, which means that the same code can be run on multiple platforms. So क्या होता है अगर हम hybrid app use कर रहे हैं और ये जो हमारे developers work कर रहे हैं, so ये क्या कर रहे हैं, एक ऐप को हम बहुत सारे फोन में चला सकते हैं. एक सिंगल ऐप को मैं कई जगह पे लॉग इन कर सकती हूँ. This technique saves the development time and cost also. तो इसकी वजह से डेवलपमेंट कॉस्ट बचता है और इसका टाइम भी बचता है. Some of the examples of hybrid apps are Instagram. This is the logo of Instagram, Gmail and Twitter. So these are the hybrid apps. Next, here the question is given. Identify the icons and we have to write down the features. So I am writing down the name of the icon and it's your homework to write down one feature of this. This one is our camera. I've written the name, you have to write down the feature. Now, varieties of apps. Apps have become an integral part of our life. Nowadays, people are using mobiles for many purposes such as communicating, learning, teaching and playing games. So, आजकल हम हर चीज के लिए सबके हाथ में फोन देखते हैं and they use it for communicating, बात करने के लिए, for learning, for teaching and also for playing games. Also, we use these apps. This leads to many types of apps, जिसकी वजह से बहुत सारे types के apps बन चुके हैं. Now, let's quickly learn about some of the apps. Gaming apps. Today's most popular category of mobile apps is gaming apps, which shares more than 24% of the area of the App Store. So, App Store जो हमारा उसका जो है total 100 में से 24% जो है gaming apps ने ले रखा है. Gaming apps allows us to improve our cognitive skills such as attention and focus. So, क्या फायदा है गेमिंग ऐप का? इससे हमारा अटेंशन जो है वो ठीक होता है और कॉग्निटिव स्किल्स भी ठीक होता है, हमारा फोकस इंप्रूव होता है. Some of the gaming apps allow children to learn while playing. These apps also allows us to play game with other friends and share score on social media. तो कुछ ऐप्स ऐसे हैं जिससे बच्चे सीख भी सकते हैं, कुछ गेमिंग ऐप्स ऐसे हैं और कुछ ऐप्स ऐसे हैं जिसमें हम खेल सकते हैं अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ और अपने स्कोर को सोशल मीडिया पे शेयर भी कर सकते हैं. Some apps are here: Call of Duty, Candy Crush Saga and Angry Birds. So कुछ apps के नेम दिए हुए गेमिंग apps. Next is productivity apps. Productivity apps, also known as business apps, are used by businessmen to perform several complex tasks. So businessmen use करते हैं this productivity app. These apps allow the businessman to do their work more efficiently. So इस ऐप में उनसे रिलेटेड, उनके बिजनेस से रिलेटेड बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं जिसको यूज करके अपने वर्क को मोर इफेक्टिव बना सकते हैं. Some of the common apps are Google Calendar. हम अपना शेड्यूल इसमें जो है सेव कर सकते हैं, Evernote नोट्स बना सकते हैं and Dropbox is also there. These all are productivity apps. Next is entertainment apps. There are various entertainment platforms. We can see the pictures here. Entertainment apps are developed to entertain the people. People को entertain करने के लिए बनाया गया है. These apps allows us to watch videos, post photo, search in upcoming events and many other things. The main purpose of this entertainment app is to keep the users engaged. तो इनका main purpose क्या है कि इंसान हमेशा हर वक्त busy रहे, किसी ना किसी चीज में वो बिजी रहे, इसलिए एप्स बने. गेमिंग एप्स ऑल्सो एंटरटेन यूजर्स बट दे आर डिफरेंट फ्रॉम एंटरटेनमेंट ऐप. गेमिंग ऐप में जो है लोगों को एंटरटेन करते हैं लेकिन वो एंटरटेनमेंट ऐप से डिफरेंट होते हैं. सम ऑफ द कॉमन यूज ऑन एंटरटेनिंग एप्स आर नेटफ्लिक्स, डिज्नी प्लस हॉटस्टार. द आइकन of Disney plus Hotstar is not given here, and YouTube. Next comes the utility app. So here, yes, this is Hotstar. Utility app allows us to do our daily tasks such as booking a cab, booking a railway ticket, booking an appointment with the doctor, sharing files and performing calculations. So basic work of utility app is हमारे जो भी काम है उनको आसान बनाता ही है. These apps make our work easy and most of the commonly used utility apps are Google Assistants. हम कुछ भी पूछ सकते हैं Google Assistant से. Calculator for calculating and flashlight. जब लाइट चली जाती है we use this flashlight. So these all are the utility apps. Next comes the educational apps. Today's world is more cautious about self-education. So आज का जो वर्ल्ड है सब सेल्फ एजुकेशन की तरफ भाग रहे हैं कि हमें कोचिंग्स ना जाके हमें खुद से पढ़ने को मिल जाए. So that is self-education. We can watch videos and educate ourselves. Educational apps provide a platform for children to learn from anywhere, anytime. So through these apps, बच्चे कहीं से भी पढ़ सकते हैं, कभी भी पढ़ सकते हैं. These apps use advanced methodologies and new concepts in the learning with fun. So इसमें new concepts use होते हैं जिसकी वजह से बच्चे आसानी से पढ़ सकते हैं. Some of the educational apps help teachers to support their children, their teaching process. So कुछ apps से teachers भी support पा सकती हैं, वो teachers को भी help करते हैं. Some of the most commonly used educational apps are Khan Academy, Vedantu and Grammar EN. So these are a few educational apps. Now next comes social networking apps. These apps allows us to connect with the friends and family members. So इस social networking app के through हम अपने family या friends से मिल सकते हैं online on social media. The main mode of this app is to keep track of the life of your friends, family and some other people whom you do not meet regularly. So इन apps के through हम लोगों के बारे में जान सकते हैं, बिना उनसे मिला, बिना उनसे लंबे समय तक बात किए भी हम उनके बारे में जान सकते हैं. By using social media apps, you can share your personal and professional views, photos and videos. So we can share all these things here. Some people also use these apps to expand their business and spread their products all over the world. तो कुछ लोग इन apps को use करते हैं अपने business को भी बड़ा करने के लिए. You can see business advertisements are also there and अपने products को बेचने के लिए भी these इन apps का use करते हैं. Some of the most commonly used social networking apps are Facebook, LinkedIn and WhatsApp. Communication apps allows us to communicate with each other by sending or receiving messages, info and options in the form of text, videos or images. So by using this app we can communicate. हम एक दूसरे से बातें कर सकते हैं. किस फॉर्म में? टेक्स्ट भेज सकते हैं टाइप करके. We can send वीडियो भेज सकते हैं और ऑडियो भी भेज सकते हैं. These app also use to see the face of person whom you are talking. हम लोगों को देख के भी उनसे बात कर सकते हैं ऑनलाइन. So the most commonly used apps are Skype, Messenger and Google Geo. Next comes the e-commerce app. E-commerce means to buy or sell product or an online service using the internet. So e-commerce का मतलब होता है कि हम अपनी चीजों को बेच या खरीद सकते हैं through these e-commerce apps, or they can be sent or buy on the internet. E-commerce apps allows us to do these things while sitting at home. Amazon is a leading online marketplace which provides an excellent shopping experience to their user. So Amazon सबसे आगे है in online marketplace. Some other examples of e-commerce apps are Flipkart and Blinkit. Now downloading and installing the app. How can we download or install the app? For downloading and or installing the app on Android or iOS devices, just search the app on Play Store or App Store and tap or click on the install button. So जो भी ऐप हमें डाउनलोड करना है या इंस्टॉल करना है, हमें उस ऐप को सर्च करना है and then we have to tap on the install button. Developing an app. There are many open source app development softwares available. बहुत सारे open source app development software हैं. We can develop the app from there. They help us to develop an app. While developing an app, we should keep some points in mind. So जब हम ऐप को डेवलप कर रहे हैं, हमें कुछ चीजों का ध्यान देना है. And those are the idea of developing an app should be unique. Idea should be unique. The app we are going to develop should contain all the relevant features. जो भी हम ऐप डेवलप कर रहे हैं उसमें हर चीज होनी चाहिए, हर फीचर होना चाहिए. And the app should be user friendly. और ऐप यूजर फ्रेंडली होगा तभी लोग उसे डाउनलोड करेंगे. Let us create a mobile app with the help of freeware software provided by Google called App Inventor. So Google का एक App Inventor एक सॉफ्टवेयर है, फ्री सॉफ्टवेयर है, उसके थ्रू we are going to develop app. Now, with the help of App Inventor, we can create app. So, we are going to learn about App Inventor, and after learning, we are going to create an app. It is a free app development tool provided by Google. With the help of App Inventor, we can create apps for smartphone. So, smartphone के लिए हम app इसमें बना सकते हैं. The working of App Inventor is similar to Scratch programming language, in which we drag and drop blocks for making an app. So जैसे कि हमने Scratch पढ़ा था, this app works the same. इसमें भी आपको blocks मिलेंगे, जिसमें आप जो है आराम से blocks को drag and drop कर सकते हैं और app को बना सकते हैं. App Inventor has two basic views: design view and block editor view. The design view, this view contains all the components required to design the application. And block editor view, this view is a place where we combine blocks to execute an application. So दो views हैं. Design view में हम design देख सकते हैं, we can apply the designs. And in the block editor view, we can combine blocks and then execute the application. Setting an App Inventor. How can we set an App Inventor? For setting the App Inventor, we should have an Gmail account. पहले Gmail account होना चाहिए. And then to create the app, in the App Inventor, we have to follow the steps. First, we have to type this. You can say this in our URL in our address bar, and then press Enter key. Next, click on Create Apps first button there. Type your Gmail, username and password there. So this is a site here. We have in the address bar, we have written the email, the website that was given there, and then we have to click on Create Apps. Then we have to enter our Gmail account, ID, password. Then click on Next button and click on I accept the terms and condition button. So we have signed in here, we have clicked on next, and we have to read the terms and conditions, and then click on I accept, and then click on continue to create an app. So after accepting the terms and conditions, we are continuing to create an app. To click on start new project button to start your first project. So here is start new project button, and from here we can start the project. Now type the project name in the project box. Here the project name is given. We can type here and then click on the OK button. Now the project designer window appears. It is divided into 4 panes. So this is our project divider in project designer window, and we can see 1, 2, 3 and 4. There are 4 panes. First, this is our palette pane. Next is view pane, components pane and properties pane. Palette pane on the left, there is a palette pane from where we can select components like buttons, images and other functions required in the app. And from the view pane, to the right of the palette is the white area where we can view and arrange the components. यहाँ पे हम चीजों को देख सकते हैं आसानी से. Component pane. This pane shows a list of components added to the screen in the hierarchical view. So यहाँ पे बहुत सारे components होते हैं इस pane में, जिसको हम आराम से अपने screen पे add on कर सकते हैं. Next is properties pane. When we click on the components in the view, we see its properties listed here. So जो भी हमने component डाला in the viewers, उसकी जो भी properties है वो यहाँ हमें properties pane में दिखाई देंगी. Properties of the components can be changed from here. So यहाँ से हम properties को change कर सकते हैं. Now creating a talking app. We are going to create a talking app. How can it be done? Let's see. In the project designer window, we will design the interface by choosing buttons, images and text, boxes, and specify the functionalities of our app. So here we have to click here, add a button. Drag and drop the button from the palette panel to the view pane. So we have to drag this from here to here. Next, how can testing the app? For an App Inventor allows us to test our app. while creating. तो जैसे हमने ऐप को क्रिएट किया है, ये हमें हेल्प करता है उसको टेस्ट करने में, ताकि हमें पता चल जाए हमारा ऐप कैसा बन रहा है. So you test your app, connect your Android device and download this icon. You have to download MIA12 companion. Now follow the given steps. Click on the connect menu. Here is the connect menu. Here we have to click. Then we have to click on select AI companion for the drop down list. So from here we have selected it. Now open this MIT A12 companion on your device and connect by scanning the QR code or tapping the code displayed on the screen. So why we can also scan this code, and here the we can say password is also given. Next, make sure your app, your device and computer are connected to the wireless network to perform these steps. So whenever we are doing this, we should make sure that our device has an internet connection. If you do not have an Android device, you can download Emulator on your computer, which works just like an Android device but works on the computer. The commonly used Android emulators are Android Studio, LG Player, Make Your Own, etc. So these are some of the emulators. We can use this in our app. Now we have made that. Now how can we rename the button? In the components pane, button displays are as button 1. So component pane में जब हम जाएंगे तो वहाँ पे button 1 के नाम से it will be displayed. You can rename it. So यहाँ पे हम इसे rename कर सकते हैं. To rename the button, we can follow the steps. Click on the rename button. Now, after clicking here, what will happen? This screen will come in front of us. From here, we have to type the new name, and here we have written the name Talking Me, and just click on the OK button. The new name of the button will be, here we can see the new name is there, and the name is Talking Me. The new name will appear in the components pane. Now, but in the view pane, button still has the name text for button 1 displayed on it. Now, how can we change the display name of button? To change the display name, follow the given steps. First, we have to click on the buttons in the view pane. So, here is a view pane. Here we have to click. Now, type the new name for the button on the text box. So, here is a text box. We have to click here and type the new name here. How can we add our text to speech components? From the palette pane over media drawer and click and drop, type the speech component on view pane. So here we have to click here, and after this the thing will be added, that click to talk will be added. This component will not appear in the view pane because it will drop under non-visible components that will show up in the app's user interface. So whatever we have selected here, that will not be displayed here in the view pane because it is a non-visible component, and that will only be shown in the app user interface. You can still find it in the components pane and properties pane. So in the properties pane and the components pane, we can find it, but it will not be shown in the view pane. Block editor, this is the place where we can code the components, add it in the design window and instruct them the actions to be performed by them. So this is a block window, and it is divided into many parts. We can see built-in blocks are here, component blocks are given. This is a workspace. Backpack is here, means the bag that we carry to our school. Here is the trash, and blocks button is here. Let's learn about them. Following are the main parts of the blocks editor. by using this block editor, we can edit the blocks. First is building blocks. It contains all the predefined blocks in the application. These are responsible for handling operations like maths, text, logic and control. Component blocks. It contains relevant blocks for the components we have added in the design window. Next is the workspace. It arranges all the blocks for coding in the workspace. Trash is used for the deleting blocks and those are not required. Backpack, it stores the copy of all the blocks even when we exit App Inventor. Now, making click event for button. So, for making it, we are now going to start the same technique that we did in Scratch. We have to first click on the Talk Me button. So we made this button. Now we are going to use this Talk Me button. Now we have to drag and drop when talking me. Click do to workspace. So we have to select the second option here, when talking me, and we have to click in the workspace there. This is an event handler block that will handle what happens when the button on your app is clicked. So जब भी हमारे ऐप में उस बटन को क्लिक किया जा रहा है तो ये इवेंट हैंडलर हमें बताएगा कि सिचुएशन जो भी हमें कमांड दिया गया उसको कैसे हैंडल करना है. Program the text to speech action. Click on the text to speech block. So we have to click on this text to speech block. Here it is, and after clicking here we can click and hold the call text to speech one speak block. So we have to click and hold this and drag it here to the workspace over the when talking me dot click block. So इस block में हमें लेके जाना है and we have to add this here. This block will be executed when the button on our app is clicked and make our phone speak. So जब भी हमारे ऐप पे क्लिक होगा तो हमारा फोन बोलेगा text to speech. Enter message in the text block. Now here also we can see क्या बोलेगा हमारा फोन. We are going to enter that also. Click on the text components. Now drag so this is our text components. Here many icons are given. After clicking this will open, and from there we have to click call text to speech one dot message block. So we have to select this block here and then type the message within the message block. So हमें वो message block यहाँ लगाना है और इसमें जो भी हमें message डालनी है, यहाँ पे हमने congratulations लिखा है. So हमें जो भी message डालनी है हम इसमें डाल सकते हैं. Now test your app. We have learned how to make the app. Now we are going to test our app. To test our app, go to the connected device or emulator and click on the button. So जो भी connected device है या फिर emulator है उस पर click करना उसके button पे and your phone will read the phrase aloud. Keep the volume of a phone laptop high. So जो भी phrase हमने लिखा था अभी congratulations वाला वो phrase हमारे phone जो है बोलेगा. For that we have to keep the volume of our phone or laptop high. Now write the use of design view in App Inventor. For this is a homework, children. You have to do this by yourself. You have to write down the design view in use of design view in App Inventor. I can give you some hints that design view is used for designing, and rest you have to write down. Next comes the recall time. So an app is a software program primarily developed for handheld smart devices such as mobile and tablet. The three most popular app stores are Google Play Store, Apple Play Store and Microsoft Windows Store. There are mainly three main types of applications: desktop, mobile and web. Android is an operating system for mobile devices developed by Google. iOS, formerly known as iPhone, is also a popular operating system developed by Apple. INC for the handheld devices such as iPhone and iPad. There are three categories of mobile apps: native, web and hybrid. App Inventor is a free platform which can be used to create apps for smartphones. Now let's quickly come to the book exercise, children. Okay. Apps are software developed for, so the apps are developed for handheld devices. Who developed Android? So Android is developed by Google. Which of the following is known as platform dependent? So here native apps are platform dependent. Next, which of the following is not considered as a gaming app? So here Disney plus Hotstar is not considered as a gaming app. Fifth question, you can download an app from dash on an Android device. So we can download an app from App Store, Play Store, Microsoft Store. So all these things, all these three can be used for downloading the app. So all of these is the correct answer. App created by combining the features of native and web apps is called a hybrid app. Next, Dash application is developed for handheld devices such as smartphones and tablets. So mobile application is the correct answer. Third question is Dash is an operating system for mobile devices developed by Google. So the correct answer is Android. It is an operating system for mobile devices. Next is Angry Bird is an example of gaming app. And the last one is, to use an app, you need to dash it first. So for using an app, we need to install it first. So these were the fill-ups, children. Now let's come to the question and answers given in your book. What do you understand by the term app? So here the term app means, it is, the full form of app is application, and it is mainly designed for handheld devices like mobile or tablets, and it has many features in it for easy use. It is very easy and understandable. Next is, what are web apps? So by the name we can understand that web apps are the apps that can run directly on the website, and for this we need a web browser and an internet connection. And these apps, there are some defined apps, those are called web apps. These are deployed from the App Store. So next is, what is the native mobile app? So the native mobile app is used, it is developed for a specific, you can say a mobile. It is, for example, the apps that are designed for iOS cannot be run on an Android, and same can be done with the iPhone. So these are the native apps. Next, briefly explain any three types of apps with example. So there are three types of apps. First is the native app, web apps and hybrid apps. Now, what are native apps? We have discussed here in question number 3. Native apps are those apps which are designed for a specific version of a mobile. And the example of native app is, it is asking the example of also. The example of native app is, you can say camera, it is a native app. Next comes the web apps. Web apps is used for working online. These apps can be accessed using an internet connection. It can be worked online. And one of the example of web app is OLX. Next app is hybrid app, which is the combination of these two. Hybrid app is the combination of web and the native app, and you can say the example of hybrid app is Google. Next, Gmail is the example of hybrid app. How do you change the display name of a button? For changing the display name of the button, we have to go in the view pane, and there in the text box we have to type down the new name, and by this method we can change the display name of a button. What are educational apps? Give any two examples. So educational apps are basically designed for the people who are very keen of learning, and this app is made for the children can learn anytime they want. These apps are very beneficial for teachers as well as for children, and the example of the two examples of educational app is Khan Academy and Vedanti. These are the two examples of educational apps. So children, this was our chapter for today. Hope you have learned many new things in this chapter. You have learned how to develop an app. So you have to practice, and the homework that was given here, you have to do that also. You have to practice and make a new app using the features that you have learned here of developing an app. So I'll be meeting you soon in the next class. Till then, stay related and thank you.